tonight, from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
Tackle made right at
the numbers for McCaffrey last week. 13 carries, 87 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 91 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like... that could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Taken down at the
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd. Down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line.
32-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain. And this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here. So they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball. Make sure you're taking care.
McCaffrey, the ball.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so When they're that high-powered, you've got to find...
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Houston. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Tyler Bass.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
They'll set up to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
At the 33-yard line.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that 1st down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little bumping. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Brought him down. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Texans 7, Titans nothing.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
Intended for number 85. Incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here from the 38. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30, and he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Henry Ruggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
They'll try and throw for it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Is no good.
So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2nd and 6. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
He's brought down.
Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Texans.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. Now a handoff looking right. He's got the first down and more past midfield. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Titans have taken the lead.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
On second down, McCaffrey takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
3rd down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do. And you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside, because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but it's going to be 2nd down. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Henry Ruggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts, as they'll have to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Good games in the late afternoon as well. We'll stay out east and highlight the matchup at MetLife Stadium, where it'll be the Giants taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Sunday night between the New England Patriots and the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now, that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
The Titans.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
That keeps the score Titans.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught. It's Robert Tonyan, the tight end.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Out comes his field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency.
And now off to the races.
They should have put a stamp on me in the line.
Touchdown, Titans. DK Metcalf, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Butker now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Harrison Butker is set.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
84.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
At the 47-yard line.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a short gain down to about the 33.
The ball carrier.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
It's third down.
He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
Texans 7.
Comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs, even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
The 37-yard line.
2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Now back to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. From 4 yards out. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And the Texans first down.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Texans.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's
a good pickup there of 20 yards.
Houston.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
The pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 15-yard line.
Here's the option. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Texans are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll look to throw here. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
A loss of 4 yards.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
Intercepted by the
defensively that time. They were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got it.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
His kick is...
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented him. And now it's been a real issue for him during this game.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. That one looks like he'll throw here toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Houston set to take over. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
At the 25-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
3rd and 1.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Forced to the ground.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
Texans 17.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Tennessee, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.